the Tiz Talk Podcast. It's the Tiz Talk Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Tiz Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Chuck Tiz, aka Taylor S. And tonight I got a very, very, very special guest with me tonight. The first time on the Tiz Talk Podcast. It is, we got Kid. Billy the Kid. What's up, Billy the Kid?
Billy the Kid, aka the one and only, aka I'm gonna stop the show because I am the show.
But you're not the showstopper.
That's right.
You know who the showstopper is. You know the showstopper is.
The Heartbreak Kid with the stick.
Oh, shout out to fucking the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, baby. We all doing this. All right, Tiz Talk fam. Hope y'all are enjoying your Sunday evening with the COVID-19, aka coronavirus. Life's a beach, and ... then you die. What do you got to say about that, Billy the Kid?
Well, you know what? It's an interesting and it's a strange time right now that all of us are going through together, because you got people wanting to go out and buy 17,000 rolls of toilet paper thinking that the world's going to end, or AKA their toilet's about to end. And then,
well, you're speaking way too close into your mic. Like every time you say like pee or something, it's like, just back off. Back off a little bit. You're good. You're new to it. It's all good, dude. I had to learn.
No, that's fair. No, I don't know. It's interesting times,
Well, it's the first of a kind of times. Like when was the last time that we've had to deal with this kind of shit?
Well, I guess in terms of a global pandemic, nobody in our what do they call it? Our millennial dumbass generation.
Well, we're not. I don't like to consider myself a millennial. I like to consider myself a Tizillennial.
Tis a millennial.
Tizenamial.
Yeah, okay. I see you getting all Buster Rhymes up in here.
Well, man, it's good to have you on the show, bro. We've been waiting to do this for a long time, man. Fam, y'all have no idea how long I've been waiting to have Billy the Kid on the show. This guy, we could go for days and months just down the line, but we're not going to do that. But we're gonna. We are,
you know what? The one thing Tiz Talk fam doesn't know, when the Tiz and Billy the Kid start talking, we might actually cure coronavirus from talking too much.
Well, that, and I already think I found the cure. Just go drink some fucking Corona, fam. I mean, straight up, like they're down 40% globally in sales. There's a reason for that. I mean, that's the fucking antidote.
No kidding.
It's the fucking antidote, man. It's the antidote. But, man, all right. So, like, I like to do this with all my first guests on the show, okay? And not to sound repetitive or whatever the fuck, but I got to ask you a couple questions,
Sure.
All right. What, Billy the Kid, what do you think, or what do you think the current world population is today? Give me a number.
7
what do you
billion.
guess? Okay. You were close. It's 7.77 billion.
Yeah. You know what?
Well,
nobody's perfect, but I'm close to it.
You're close to it. That being said, our population reached 7 billion on October 31st of 2011 globally. And it now is projected to reach 8 billion in 2023, 9 billion in 2037, and 10 billion in 2055. The crazy thing about that statistic is, do you know how many people were on the earth at one time, human beings around, let's just call it the year 1880 to 1900. How many people at one time, human beings on the earth? Give me a guess. Come on. Shout it out.
358 million.
Way under. 1 billion. 1 billion. 1 billion.
Oh, okay.
1
Well,
billion.
I
1 billion.
was thinking it might have been 1 to 2, but I figured I
Uh,
would undersell and over deliver.
Okay, well, you're treating it like the price is right. You don't want to over price it that way. If you're under and you're ahead of everybody, you still win. I get the strategy. I get it. But yeah, there was about 1 billion in the year, like, let's just call it 1890. Okay, when the Industrial Revolution really kicked in.
Yeah.
So with that being said, think about that for a second. Okay, it's been 120 years.
So this is also prior to, not to interrupt the
No,
host.
you're good.
This is also prior to the Spanish flu only killed about 20 million people in, what was that, 1918, if I'm thinking about that correct? So yeah.
I mean, we can do a fact check, but yeah, let's do a fact check real quick. But with that being said, it doesn't even matter. The fact that we went from the beginning of human mankind, so the Spanish flu, which was H1N1 virus, not the COVID-19, was in 1918. The virus, the number of deaths was estimated to be about 50 million worldwide, and 675,000 were in the United States. That was in 1918, right around World War One. Around World War One.
No, it was. I think it was right around or right after.
It was right during. Well, I mean, have you seen the movie 1917? Well, there you go.
No. I was forbidden to see 1917 because Billy the Kid, significant other, doesn't like to go to the movie theater, so I never got a chance.
Well, that's why I always try to tell you to go to my website, fam. I'm not going to shout out the website because I'm not going to get in trouble, but you can watch whatever movie you fucking want, and it doesn't cost you a penny. In HD. But anyway, yeah, so good call on that one. That killed a lot of people, 50 million worldwide. I mean, that was big. That was a big deal. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing, though. Billy the Kid. Can I call you Badass Billy Gunn? Like from the New Age Outlaws from the WWE.
No. I'm thinking Billy. I'm thinking Billy the Kid.
All right, Billy the Kid. All right, whatever the fuck.
Because all I throw is heat.
Okay, all right. You're now you're a fucking pitcher for the Astros with banging trash cans. All right, I get it.
No. This is before trash can banging season. This is all.
Okay, well, I get it. All right. Okay. All right. Let me go back on top real quick. So think about this. And this is kind of a crazy statistic, that the fact that there was only, from the beginning of mankind at one time on the planet, all the way up to about 1890, there's only 1 billion people on the planet at one time. Okay. And now it's the year 2020, the year of the motherfucking coronavirus. We went from, in 120 to 130 year period, we went from, beginning of mankind to 1 billion at 1890. From 1890 to now, we're almost at 8. That's exponential growth, fam. That's crazy. That's scary status to me.
Well, that's when people figured out about fucking.
I mean, that's why these viruses, I mean, these are in my opinion, population control,
Well, like I'm trying to think of what's that one. It wasn't the last Godzilla movie where there was like, fucking 15, like the Titans or whatever. It was the one before. It was the one before that where there was some. I'm trying to avoid saying something too crazy. There were some docs that were saying, at some point nature has to restore balance. And so it's like, you remember our conversation about how this virus is incurable due to the number of protein strains. It's like, okay, well, yeah, this is a divine form of biological population control.
Yeah, I mean, it's uncomprehendable what's going on. Like, is the media blasting this out? Is this a conspiracy theory? Okay, look, I get the virus is real, right? But is the global economy, like the people behind the curtains, are they using this as a tactic or as a way of achieving a certain goal that they've been trying to achieve for a long time? Like, a false flag operation kind of situation thing. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a fucking conspiracy theorist or anything. I'm just got to think outside the box here. Okay, that's the way.
Well, I'm not going to point to a false flag because I've as we always talk about, we like to read all these articles. Well, the one thing I've started to learn to really realize, they start talking about what futures are going to be pointing to, and they were talking about how the Dow is going to drop 1,000 points tomorrow. The stock market tomorrow morning is going to make last Monday look like a fucking just mosquito bite.
So
it's going to be.
So you're saying it's going to be worse than the Black Monday from 1987?
I'm telling you, if
anybody's seen The Wolf of Wall Street out there, I mean, if that's where you get your information from, you guys know what we're fucking talking about.
Yeah, well, what were we talking about? Secretary Dick Munchin?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, every 7 minutes we need a new martini in our hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, until one of us passes the fuck.
That's what I'm talking about, Vim. It's crazy though, dude. It's insane. And even with this coronavirus shit going on, I gotta ask you, I do this with all my new guests. All right. So today, just alone today, how many people do you think were born from, midnight or 12:01 a.m. till now? How many people? Just give me a guess. How many people do you think were born?
I don't know. 6 million.
6 million? Are you fucking serious? I mean, if that was the truth, I mean, dude, we run out of resources in like a week.
No. I threw that number out there. I'm gonna say 300,000.
How many?
300,000.
Ooh, that was a good guess. Actually, we're actually at 336,000 deaths and counting at this moment. Or in births, not deaths, births. Now, what about deaths? How many deaths do you think happened today?
Oh, man, fuck me with all the shit going on.
Don't just disregard the COVID-19 kung fu virus bullshit. Just think logically here. How many deaths do you think happened today compared to births?
I'm gonna go with. I'm trying to think of all the statistics I've seen in my head.
Well, I'll give you a hint. The population grows. The population continues to grow. So there's your hint.
I'm gonna go with 200,000.
Not a bad guess. It's 141,000 and counting, which makes our net population growth today about 195,000 and counting. Basically, we're gaining 10 people every second, as far as the statistics go off the site that I'm looking at. And if anybody doesn't believe me, go to worldometers.info, and it will break it down for you. And they got it all right there.
I'd probably build in about 15% to that, just based on undocumented people in the United States.
I'm not saying it's completely accurate, but it's a baseline. It's a baseline. It's a fucking baseline. But it's crazy though. I mean, we're almost at 8 billion people. And that it's crazy. But anyways, let's move on to the next segment of the evening. There's been some crazy. I mean, there's so many segments we can talk about, fam. I mean, there really is. But one that I think that might be funny that, here's one for you. Title: Amazon Prime will falter during coronavirus crisis, experts say. Amazon Prime is a logistic nightmare during the best of times. Supply chain issues, increased demand, and potential of a warehouse outbreak are putting pressures on the system. This article is so fucking long. I mean, we don't even need to go into the article, but just think about that though. I mean, these guys are wearing gloves. I mean, they got these people wearing gloves and like Breaking Bad style fucking gear while they're packaging shit their logistics centers. It's crazy.
No, I mean you got to build, with all the 3PLs in the world, and Billy the Kid and Tiz Talk, aka Funkmaster Tiz, we know about this. You got to build in a little bit of human error, so it's like, yeah, do you really want to go order something with Amazon and you have no idea who's been touching that shit?
That's the crazy thing is on Amazon you don't know where it's coming. I mean, yeah, you got an idea. I mean, it says like checked with like Amazon Prime, like it's like,
Yeah, well, how many motherfuckers check that shit?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. That's why I recently
you could have like 50 people rubbing their snout on that, and then it's like you don't got COVID-19, you got COVID-38.
I mean, you might as well call it COVID Terminator T1000 at this point. Shit. I mean, fuck, dude. Goddamn. I mean, another report, just to keep going, because there's so many reports that came out today. Italy reports 368 coronavirus deaths in a single day despite lockdown. That was today. Italy's civil.
Well,
go ahead. Are we going to say?
No. So this is, I was talking to the beloved of mine talking about Italy today. Or maybe it was, it was her. And so
I already know where you're going with this.
No. Yeah. So I was in a meeting last week, and it was with a client of mine, and they were talking about clients of theirs that were in Italy, and they're like saying like, okay, so everybody in Italy is already a fucking idiot, and they acknowledge that they're idiots because all they do is they sit there and kiss each other and make out with each other the whole fucking time.
They love to do the double kiss on the cheek thing, man. They love that
and
shit.
they acknowledge that their, let's just call it, social culture sets this situation up for massive outbreak, and that's what's going on right now. So now, if you go on social media, you have, Queen Latifah or some fucking idiot sitting on their balcony trying to serenade and kill the virus by singing, and you have like 400 people watching from their other balconies. It's like they ain't got nothing to do because that's all they fucking do. They kiss each other on the cheek, everybody gets sick, and next thing you know, the whole fucking country is shut down.
No, I hear that, fam. Hey, slow down when you're talking. Like, don't speak so loud in the mic because I can hear the feedback, and it's getting that like Terminator, like I can hear it.
That's right, because I'm not the T1000, I'm the T2000.
I know, but just talk normally to your mic. When you talk loud, it gets all like like Terminator style. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just letting you know. But we're good. I mean, I know the feed is fine, but yeah, no, you're right. I mean, like basically these what's going on in Italy, apparently, like they're not picking up dead family members that are dying in people's houses. They're like telling them to throw them, put them in the fucking closet, let them sit there until we're ready to pick them up. That's fucked up.
Well, I mean, and like even like I was talking with my mom earlier today. It's like, so doctors in Italy now, the supply of respirators is so low, they are literally having to choose who lives and who dies.
Well, that's the problem with Italy, though. I was talking about this in my last podcast. I mean, like, how many old gangsters and shit there, Paul Castellano style. I mean, like, they're just some old motherfucker. This virus affects and kills more older people than it does anything. So that's the problem with Italy. They got the oldest population on an average in the globe. In the world, in the world, they have the oldest population. And so
they got some fine ass wine, though.
They got fine ass wine, good cheese, beautiful young women. But man, I'll tell you what, you old gangsters out there in Italy, you thought the mob was going to get you. Looks like COVID-19 is going to give you some sweet chin music real quick.
Yeah, MS-13 just got an upgrade, and its name is COVID-19.
Jesus Christ. I love it. I love that shit. I mean, and these articles go on and on. I mean, they're crazy. Some of these topics. I mean, another one. Here we go. Top coronavirus task force experts say, please stop socializing. Dr. Anthony Fauci, I think that's how you say it, Fauci, one of the world's leading disease experts, spoke during a weekend of chaos at airports, a rising death toll, and more lockdowns. And this article is honestly irrelevant at this point after what we've kind of heard today. They're basically locking everything down anyway. All offices are shut down. I mean, that goes across the board. Literally, all offices are fucking locked the fuck down. I mean, no one is working from offices anymore. It's all work from home. It's sooner or later going to be restaurants are going to be closing, in my opinion. And when the looting starts, I got my big dick sprays, man. Don't come to my house. You will get hit. You will get hit.
No, I mean, I just, Billy the Kid speaking right here. I just got a dose of reality today. So somebody in the building I work at, they apparently tested positive, and then they shut down our company, and then now the entire complex is shut down, which affects restaurants and whatnot. So shit's starting to get real. This is going to be in the
So
media.
that's funny you just said that. I got a text from a random person. I'm not going to say the person's name, but they said, "Hey, Chuck, what's good? Just heard rumor of someone at so-and-so corporation tested positive for corona. Is that accurate?" I haven't answered him yet, but I mean, that literally just came in like 10 minutes ago as we started the spot.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. So if they're finding out, it's out there.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I think on local Screwston media, I think people are going to realize what we're talking
Well,
about.
Hopefully nobody catches it except for Hussein.
Yeah, fuck that.
Death to all traitors. Anyways, on to the next segment of the evening. This one's off topic a little bit. This is kind of interesting. Scientists found more than 100 tiny worlds hidden in our solar system. A telescope looking for dark matter discovered 139 new minor planets lurking beyond Neptune's orbit, which could help scientists look for hidden planets in our solar system. I mean, I can go on and on about this. I'm not going to go in deep into the details of it's a super long article and it gets real technical. And I don't even know what some of these terms mean, but I mean, if that's true, that's crazy. I mean, there's other, planets out there, but that doesn't mean there's life on them. It doesn't mean there's life on them, but they found like, tiny worlds, not tiny worlds with people, tiny worlds that, potentially might have in the future, life forming, molecules that will form, aka oxygen, O2 or CO2 or whatever. But
I think the actual educational term is, it's funny you mentioned this. Not just spewing away real quick for what I was about to say. That I got the Black Panther on and Wakanda is on TV, but no, I think the actual term is
I can hear the train. Are they training? Are they trucking the tanks by the house?
No. Well, yeah, as much as the leader of the free world, who's just the least qualified real estate developer, who's running the show, but no, there's no tanks rolling by right now.
But when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that was some crazy shit. I was like, dude, this is war.
That's like some Walking Dead type shit. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even when I sent you that, I was like, I got an eerie feeling about this.
Dude, I saw that and I was like, whoa. Like
Yeah, I mean, like
it was
the
tank
last time I
after
saw an
tank after
M1,
tank after tank on a train that was being hauled through Houston. I was like, oh my God.
no, I mean, you saw I put, you know, I mean, I sent that to a local news network. I was like, do you want to explain this?
Did they give you an explanation? I mean, like, what the fuck?
Hell no. No, of course it didn't, because that local news network sucks.
Well, all mainstream media is bullshit. First of all, I mean, they just use it as a baseline. And fam, go do your own due diligence. Don't listen to what the fucking mainstream media says. But yeah, I mean, I thought that was insane when I saw that. I was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? What are all these tanks rolling through H-Town for? I mean,
Yeah, Normandy's.
I mean, dude, it's about to be like, you want to talk about Screwston. Yeah, it's about to be Screwston, baby. It is. No shit. I mean, that's great. That was a crazy thing. Another topic, just while we're on it, the warden, this is quote unquote, the warden doesn't care how inmates are preparing for the coronavirus. People are really nervous and scared because once it hits, we're most likely going to be left to fend for ourselves. And they're talking about the inmates. And, I don't want to say fuck the inmates, but not to say what I'm getting at is it seems like that they're not getting the attention, or if they get, okay, think about this, if an inmate gets it some way, shape, or form, they're likely to infect the entire facility.
Well, there are some people in this world that would say they had their chance to live in civilized society, and they committed crimes and put them in there. And just because now,
go ahead.
Finish my piece. Just because, yes, it might be inhumane that prisoner X gets it and there's 500 other people that are going to get it. It's like, if they're all convicted felons, I'm sorry, that doesn't justify saying, oh yeah, to protect them, let's release them. No. I don't feel
like I agree, but I can't say that every inmate in these prisons are guilty. Because what we're finding out lately is a lot of these fucking people who've been locked up are actually innocent. Lately, we've been finding that out. Like a lot of these people who've been put under, put in prison. Not all of them. I'm not saying that everybody who's in prison is innocent, but there's a lot of prisoners that are locked up for life or for a long time that are not guilty of the crimes that they've committed, and they've just. And I mean, you're talking about too many cases to go into depth, but the fact of the matter is, how do you protect yourself from this virus in a dirty, environment like that? And they're not, and obviously the warden, not Billy the Kid, the warden, but the warden of these prisons are not taking the measures to make sure that they're not spreading. And how do you even prevent that anyway if they're going to be in the same fucking rooms and places at all time? I mean, even if you're on a 23-hour lockdown, you got that 1 hour to go out. I mean, that's all it takes.
Well, I mean, I think as let's just call ourselves unincarcerated citizens.
Well, I've been an incarcerated citizen of the fucking Harris County. Okay, I'm not afraid to admit that.
Well, no. But let's say it's you lose your right to choice when you're under incarceration. End of story. I don't feel sorry for those people because they're.
But what if they are innocent? What if they aren't meant to be there?
Well, you know what? I as I've always said before, sometimes collateral damage happens, and to protect the innocence of the world, sometimes other people have.
That's exactly why I had you on the show, motherfucker.
No, and I truly.
No, I mean it's true, but it's just how do you how do you prepare for that if you're a warden of a fucking either a federal prison or a state prison? I mean, how do you prevent it? I mean, I don't know.
You can't. You can't because all sorts of people start talking about prison reform. It's like, okay, really, do you think I care about a lot of people that have committed federal crime? Or I'm not talking about white
Oh, it's
collar
okay. I mean,
box trading.
look, the
Now,
Tiz has
during
been
Belfort time,
charged with a felony, but at the same time, I did not ever get convicted because I was innocent. Okay, I'm not afraid to say that, Vim. I was charged, but never convicted. Fuck you, the judge. Fuck the jury. Fuck the the judge. Fuck the jury. Fuck the prosecutor. Fuck them all. I beat them all because they were wrong and I was right. And yeah, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Fuck them all, dude. That's why I say there's a lot of people in there that are incarcerated that probably shouldn't be in there. And a lot of it's due to weed charges, man. And goddamn, dude, that's bullshit. I mean, if you're in fucking jail for fucking weed charges, that's bullshit. I mean, they need to make room for these fucking people, these fucking rapists, these fucking animals out there that are just fucking doing some really nasty shit. But yet they got all these people who are getting charged with pounds of weed. Who gives a fuck, dude? I mean,
well, you know what I would do? And
hmm.
sorry to
You're
interrupt
not interrupting.
the
It's
host.
okay. I'm stating
I
my
would
point.
actually
Like that's what I'm trying to get at is like it's bullshit.
no. Well, you know what I would fucking do for all those dickheads that actually commit real crimes? I'd dig a prison underground. And so if something fucking happens to those people, it's underground and that's how you contain it. So where, people that might have a chance of parole, it's like,
Oh.
oh, okay. Well, maybe
Oh,
they
so
might
you're
have a
so you're
chance.
saying send them
But
to
no, I'm sticking.
Cuba. What's the basic Cuba we have? Yeah, you might as well send them
Guantanamo
to
Bay.
motherfucking Guantanamo.
Yeah, no, stick scum underground.
But see where's the line drawn in the sand though?
Well, you leave that to dickhead
And the
politicians to figure
politicians the
that shit
most
out.
corrupt ones out there, dude.
Well, then you get a real estate developer who's even
Wow.
more corrupt. To
Was
figure
just
it out.
okay. So then, with that being said, then obviously there's a lot of corrupt shit going on out there.
Well, we're
Well,
America. We're corrupted. Hey, no. Hey. So remember, as I always said, there's one person in this world that said this. Gordon Gekko. He said, "Greed is good."
I mean, look, I'm not saying I disagree with it. I'm on the same page as far as business goes, but a lot of people probably are going to be like, "Fuck you" for saying that.
Yeah. Well, you
I
know
know
what?
you
Fuck
don't. That's why
them.
I'm
I don't
having
give
you
a
on the show.
fuck.
The last article I want to read, and then we're going to talk about the market. President Trump has tested negative for coronavirus. The president has come into contact with several people who have been been either diagnosed or quarantined since the first U.S. case of COVID-19 surfaced in late January. He was tested, and there's some fucking piece of shit like PDF article attached to this that says that he was okay. Now, let me just say this. Whether he is saying he's negative or not, do you think that President Trump would ever admit, whether he had it or not, that he actually has it? Fuck no. There is no way in hell he would ever
No,
admit to that. There's no way.
no, because I don't think he ever would. Because understanding his pedigree from his prior life, those people speak a different language, and the language is you never tell the truth, you find a way to figure
Exactly. So I
yourself
mean,
out
like
around it.
he might not have it, but if he does, which is pretty. I mean, he was with what's his name with in Brazil like a week and a half ago, shaking it. Yeah,
Bolognese or
spaghetti
whatever the guy's
bolognese,
saying.
whatever the fuck his name is, but either way, he was, and I mean, Melania Trump put herself into self quarantine. I mean, look, I was like, dude, look, if he's getting, I was surprised that he even announced that he was getting tested for it. I was a shock to me. One,
Well, because you know mainstream media, and whether it's the dickheads at CNN or MSDNC or whatever the fuck that show's called, everybody's be calling for his head, like, oh yeah, you need to get tested or whatever. And so he's like, yeah,
He's good, but
fuck
is he
you, I'm
really good? That's the thing.
Well, you know what? That's for him to decide, and for the medics.
It's honestly not for the medics to release, because he could have been negative. I mean, he could have been positive for it, and he would have never admitted to it. If he would have, do you imagine the chaos that would have caused?
Well, now we're starting to flirt with something interesting called patient-client privilege. Just he doesn't need to release anything, and the doctors can anyways, because he's
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, he probably, in my opinion, he probably has it. But whether he does or doesn't, he's never going to admit.
You know what? He's
never going to admit to it.
So here's the thing, and actually, I want to touch on this because I want everybody.
Oh,
to hear
fam,
this.
let him fucking know.
No, so I was sitting in a meeting with one of the top immunologists in the city of Houston. So if anybody that's listening,
FYI, me and Billy the Kid, who both live in Houston, just to let the fam know, because I have a lot of guests on my show that come from other states, countries, whatever.
No, that's fair. But everybody on here, they might know
Might. So I'm sure they know what the show is. Everybody will know. It's been 10 seasons, way too long. They didn't end that shit.
So it was one of the earlier seasons, like where like Rick Grimes,
Rick Grimes,
they were all trapped in the CDC. Yeah, Rick Grimes, the sheriff, or
his name's not Billy the Kid, that's for sure.
But they found. Well, no.
Hey, Billy the Kid.
But so the doctor, the CDC, was like, the pathogen is inside of all of us, and so I'm just gonna say Dr. Vitamin C. I'm not gonna say his name.
As you shouldn't.
He said
keep all this anonymous. It's all good.
Yeah. So Dr. Vitamin C said the reality is everybody probably already has the pathogen inside us. It's just, our reaction to it is all going to depend on the strength of our.
So that brings me to a good question for you, Billy the Kid. Do you think that this could potentially affect different blood strain, like people who have different blood types? Like, say, like you have blood X, blood O, or blood type O, and someone else has blood type B plus, whatever. Do you think that there's some people that might be immune to this? Or I do too. I honestly think there is. I think that there is an immunity group that falls within this category of this COVID-19 coronavirus, sweet chin music, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I honestly think that. I think that, your blood type might actually play a big role in it.
Well, not only your blood type, respiratory health, I mean, if you're a 400-pound fat fuck listening to this,
Jesus Christ.
But, generally speaking, and this is Billy the Kid speaking. Our great president once said, "Make America great again." What he should be saying is, "Make America healthy again," and that's what you should be doing.
I think they're working on it, but right now we're going through a time where we're on a total shutdown. I mean, dude, my bachelor party's been canceled. Not my bachelor party.
You can still get your fat ass.
Yeah, you can, but they're advising people to, stay away from social events, 50 plus or more, which makes sense. I mean, dude, look, as soon as they shut down South by Southwest, I was like, in my mind, I kept telling people, I'm like, okay, they shut down South by Southwest. I go, what's next? I go, the rodeo, the Houston Livestock Shock Rodeo in Houston. If anybody who's listening outside of Houston, is like the largest event in Houston. And I was like, look, they made like a report, like they're not going to shut it down. But sure enough, I was right. 7 days later, it was shut down. And then right after,
Well, no, and you saw that because you saw that because some guy went there and he actually he I can't think of the right word, but he contracted the virus, and it wasn't from, he wasn't one of those people that went to like Egypt or whatever. He actually he contracted it from a different
At this point, it
source
doesn't
of food.
matter if you've been to Egypt, if you've been to wherever. It's because it's already here. It's here.
Well, no, no, homie, what I was saying is, everybody was making a big deal because, KHOU and all the media, they only pointed to this group of people that went to Egypt. This guy, he went to the rodeo or whatever. He contracted it without, having, he didn't go overseas. He was just a local
That's the
yokel.
scary thing about this fucking disease. It's like you don't even have to fucking go anywhere. All it takes is one person to come off a plane and cough in their hand, touch a doorknob, and it gets to one person. And then the incubation period is the scariest part. They're saying it's a 7 to 14 day period to where you won't even know you have symptoms, right? And then all of a sudden, like you might get sick. And in that 7 to 14 days, you're still contagious. So you're coughing, you're touching a fucking doorknob, someone touches it, they're getting it. And it went from an epidemic, which we've clarified today. An epidemic is something that is contained within a country or two or three or four. But now this is a pandemic, and a pandemic is a worldwide, a global problem, which is what is happening now, which has caused everything to shut down. The markets are at an all-time fucked up point, which we're probably going to see the second. This is not going to be a recession, fam. This is going to be a depression. Okay.
Yeah, we're heading that way. And let me get one thing straight. It's not 14-day incubation period. Doctor Vitamin C has said it can sometimes take up to
Yeah.
4
I mean,
weeks.
beyond that fact, let's go to the markets. I mean, just the Dow futures
Oh,
right now are
that's the
down
fun
over
part.
1,000 points. They're down about almost 4.5%. I mean, that's
Yeah,
yeah,
tomorrow's gonna be a
there's gonna be
bloodbath.
those rebound, those like roller coaster ride bounces where like they'll bounce up and then they'll just like drop dramatically, and then it's gonna continue to happen. I have a feeling. I was talking to somebody earlier. They think that it's gonna bottom out at about 1,600, the Dow, because right now. Well, I'm not saying he
I
was
don't
right
think
or
so.
wrong.
I don't
That
think
was his
so.
opinion, and I said, you know what?
Well, I was talking to, let's just call him
Okay.
Grandpa Abraham Lincoln, and yeah, and he was telling me, he works for a prestigious financial institution in the United States. The bankruptcies we saw in 2015, plus the bankruptcies we saw in 2018. All right, not 2018, 2008. Put those two together, we are going to see more than this will be a nightmare on Elm
Wait, you
Street.
think it's
It's
gonna
going to
go
be
below
that bad.
1,600?
Yeah, and
I do
by
hear a
the
cat.
way, if
What
you
is that?
hear a cat
Catwoman in the
meowing in the
background?
background,
Like what the fuck?
no,
Oh, Pistol Pete. All
no, that's
right. Well, I
Pistol
got my
Pete.
pistol on my side. So Pistol Pete, you better be ready for this big dig sprays that was coming.
Yeah, well, he might come over here and say, "Fuck you, fool!" Like,
I ain't got
where's my
none.
meow mix?
I ain't got none. But yeah, the Dow futures right now are down 1,000 points. So you think it's gonna go below 1,600? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me because, and here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. So, data drives the market. More data gets released, futures will get insane. It doesn't matter if the Japanese or the US pump $1 trillion in the stock market like they did, was it like Thursday or Friday or
That
whatever,
didn't
the
change
market is
anything.
going to
That all
get
that did was
worse.
wipe
So
their $1 trillion
anybody,
off the fucking map.
well, it wiped it off the map, but Dow futures were up 3%. Oil had a good day, blah blah blah, whatever. So if you have an E-Trade account, if you figure out a way to actually bet against the stock market and bet that the market's going to tank, you're actually going to make a
Hold
lot of
on,
money.
I can hear you. I'm trying to God damn it! I dropped my goddamn microphone. Give me a second. It's all good. Sorry about that. God damn it! These fucking cords and shit. Anyways, no, I agree. I've gotten opinions from so many different people about this stuff, and the reason why is because this week's a shutdown. This coming week, I mean, every office is basically closed, and we don't know how long that's going to last. And
well, I mean, if Dick Munchin or Munchy Dick or whatever his fucking Moby Dick closes the markets, that's when shit.
Well, that's never really happened before. So what's going to happen when that
scary.
happens?
I don't know. I mean, you could watch The Day After Tomorrow, or fucking 2,000 Leagues Under the fucking Sea. I have no
I don't
clue.
I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. I really don't, because honestly,
nobody in the past 200 years has experienced.
Fuck the past 200 years. I mean, because times are so different. I mean, that was when we were about after the Cold War. We were a national. We're a global economy now. So one country that fucks up. I mean, it's affecting the entire fucking world. It's not just us anymore. I mean, it doesn't matter. China's at 1.47 billion, I think, now, population wise. Well, it might have dropped. It might have dropped drastically with this coronavirus shit. I've seen some crazy, scary videos on Live Leak of people. If you're in China and you got the coronavirus, motherfucker, run for the fucking hills, because if they get you, you're gonna disappear.
Well, I hear it. No, let me actually say something about that. So, what I call that guy, Dr. Vitamin C.
That's what you called him, but yeah, what about it?
Yeah. So, Dr. Vitamin C, one of his colleagues' wives,
DA in Houston, right?
And so they talked about how.
No. That's not the DA. That's the what do they call the? It's not the district attorney. It's the it's not the federal attorney. What the fuck is the name of the you know what I'm talking about? It's not the DA. It's the
No, I'm talking, bro. I'm talking DEA like Washington.
Yeah, I know,
DC,
man.
like FBI.
But there's a name for it, and it's not the district attorney. It's called the. They call that person or that state of position the United States District Attorney. It's the U.S. District Attorney. It's not the DA. It's the United States District Attorney's Office, which is a huge difference than the DA.
I know.
Because trust me, I've dealt with DAs before. Well, you know what? I got two middle fingers for the DAs in Harris County, motherfuckers. Okay.
Well, I'm talking about the District of Columbia, where they actually hunt for, nice
they're hunting for the tis, man. They're hunting for the fucking tis. They don't want this information out there, but the tis is putting it out there. Fuck them all.
Well, no, they were talking about how. So how news media in China's actually gotten it under control. Well, because they had murder squads rolling the streets.
They don't have it under control. I can tell you right now. I can pull up a list right now. I'm looking at it right in front of me. Just today alone, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Just today alone, China has 14 new deaths, 16 new cases. They're at 80,000 total cases, and this is all underreported anyway. So think about that. Italy has just today 368 deaths, new deaths today. That's also underreported, but that's coming from the source that I'm looking at this shit at. So Italy is like right behind China in a sense. I think it has to come to the kissing the cheek thing. Well,
yeah, of course. I mean, remember the coronavirus is behaving as a standard common cold or flu. And when I say that, that's because elderly people are the fatalities.
Well, that's the
that
truth. But that's the
everybody's
truth with
talking
any
about.
flu, though.
It's all the stuff.
With any influenza, I mean, it affects more older
Right.
people, younger babies, people who are terminally ill. We've talked about this before on my pod. I mean, I get that. I mean,
Well, no, it's
you can go into whatever you want, man. This is an open platform. This is Tiz Talk Podcast, fam. Talk about whatever you want.
Well, no, here's the real talk, and so again, this is from Dr. Vitamin C. He's the top immunologist, one of the top immunologists in the city.
Listening.
So this is what people need to realize. So influenza type A has one protein strain. It's curable. Influenza type B has two proteins.
But now you're starting. Now when you go into when you go into C, I'm assuming you're talking about Ebola.
Yeah, Ebola has three proteins.
But it's containable.
It's not curable. It's containable, but they've never seen anything 4. Like COVID-19 because it has.
And the microbes are so small. Those stupid masks that you guys are wearing aren't gonna do a goddamn thing unless you have it and you're coughing, and you're helping prevent spreading it. You're not helping catch. You're not helping yourself catch it. You're helping yourself prevent other people from getting it because the microbes are so goddamn small that those masks don't do a fucking thing. Yeah, we might as well call those people Bane
because you're not
Batman. Dark Knight. Oh, Bane.
No, because Bane's
he's a pretty cool guy. Cool. I mean, if I had to be a villain, I'd probably be Bane or the Joker. Probably the Joker because he didn't give a fuck. I mean, he burns money, son.
Oh, you know what? Actually, so here's an interesting question to pose to the population. How much money?
I think it was like 60 mil.
In that one scene. No, it must have been like 60.
No, seriously, I think it was like around 60. Okay, let's just call it 60 to 100 mil. All right, that pile of money that he was sitting on. But it brings me to a good point, and I brought this to you earlier today.
Yeah, well, if
anybody who's smart, and you got to be careful about this, people. If you got a lot of money in the bank, if I were you, take that shit out, cash it out, put it in your safe at home. Because cash is king. Because you never know what could happen, and all of a sudden you might not be able to get your fucking money out of these banks. Well, that's my biggest worry. And I mean, I've already started the process of doing such a thing. So, you might want to start pulling that shit out. Now, if everybody does that, there goes the downfall of the fucking financial system. And there gonna be no bailouts this time.
It's already
there really isn't.
Yeah, the fearless leader, Dr. Donald J. Real Estate.
To protect yourself, if you make decent money as an American, think about this for a second. If you got money in the bank and you got all this shit going on, I mean, I thought about this today. I mean, this came up to me, and I was talking about this to, Billy the Kid. I was like, I might want to go pull my money out, just pull it out in cash and put it in a fucking vault. I mean, like, cash is just paper. Honestly, invest. I think everybody should be investing in gold or precious metals right now. Gold is all-time high right now since 2000s. I mean, it's down a little bit since the coronavirus, but not like much. Gold, platinum.
Well, you remember what Billy the Kid was telling you. So Mark Cuban actually made substantial investments.
Yeah, I remember that.
Live Nation. Because music performers, they have to have concerts
or records to produce,
so they're
whatever these new streaming services or whatever. But yeah, I understand what you're going.
Yeah, they have to. so music performers like Post Malone, although that guy, he
He probably
looks
does.
like he has the
He probably does.
coronavirus. Yeah, anybody that puts that many tattoos on their
What
face,
about Lil Wayne though? Lil Wayne's
kiss
the
my
man.
ass. Okay, yeah, a little too necky,
Lil
he's all
Teensy
right.
baby, Weezy F baby.
Yeah, yeah. Versus Post
Yeah,
Carl
Post
Malone,
Carl
you fucking
Malone,
dickhead.
Wiz Fajita. What were all the names we had back in the day? Like,
All right. Tis Talk Podcast, fam. I'm about
throw
to
the
set some
heat,
heat
throw
right
the
here.
fire.
So we got
Okay.
Entree 3000, aka was it Andre 2000?
Well,
What's the
Andre
guy's name?
3000, but you call him Entree 3000.
Entree 3000. We got Wiz Khalifa, aka
Wiz
Wiz
Fajita.
Fajita.
So he tall. There were
Chief
okay, so Chief
Beef.
Beef, aka Chief Keef, Chicago. I hear you, fam. There were some more.
Yeah.
Come on, I know you. And Piggy Smalls, Biggie Smalls. Yeah,
Piggy.
Piggy
I know. I
Smalls.
think
So
it was
Biggie Smalls,
Piggy
aka
Smalls.
Piggy Smalls. He was a fat motherfucker. He was a good rapper for sure. One of the best to do it to this day. Better than this other
Yeah, he
bullshit that's
was.
coming out these days.
Yeah, I know. Fucking
The
the
baby,
baby or
little
whatever that
baby. There's so many
dickhead's name is.
baby rappers. Man, rap sucks today, man. Fuck Future. I gotta say that right now. I'm sorry, fam. You know what? I respect Drake. You know what? And the whole fucking Young Money, Cash Money fam. But I'll tell you this right now. Fuck Future. That dude fucking claims to do all these fucking drugs and he claims to do all this shit. But then he doesn't even fucking do any of these fucking drugs that we find out. He's just fucking saying that he does. What a fucking douchebag. What a piece of shit. Who says that and puts that out in the public? I mean, yeah, well, fuck Hussein. I mean, death to all traitors again. But what I'm getting at is and I'm gonna live by that. Death to all traitors. I mean, fuck Hussein. I mean, Hussein is has been hung. He was hung in 2006, and he's about to be hung again. But what I'm getting at is Future's a piece of shit because he's saying all this shit, and all these young kids like listen to his shit and like they think he's talking real shit, but he's not. He doesn't even fucking do these fucking drugs. Now, the one guy I got to give respect to, I mean, respect to his sense is The Weeknd. I don't even like his music that much, but goddamn, that dude is real. He fucking does the drugs that he talks about. I mean, that dude does more drugs than most any other rapper besides Juicy J from 3 6 Mafia. And he's the real deal. And people don't realize it. And it's fucked up that Future is like this, like, you know, class A rapper that's talking about doing all these drugs, but he doesn't even do them. And fuck that dude, man. Fuck that noise.
Yeah, Future's like a fake ass.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a decent way to put it. I like that. But it's just like it's stupid, dude. But now I got to say something to Drake. Drake, this is coming straight from Tiz Talk. Chuck Tiz coming to you straight live. Okay. I respect you. I respect your music. I respect everything you've done. But don't ever forget something. I know you like to call yourself October's very own. You are not. You are not October's very own. Because I was born 3 days before you, motherfucker. Okay? I'm born October 21st, 1986. You're born October 24th, 1986. I'm 3 days older than you. How could you be October's very own if I'm 3 days older than you? Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. It's Tiz Talk time, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that OVO, man. It's TTP to the day I die, and that's the way we can run this shit, son.
Yeah.
OVO is just going to get transferred to the TTP podcast. That's all it's going to be. I mean, like I respect Drake and everything he does, but don't claim my fucking month, dude. That's my month, son. That's my month. And you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. That's what
I'm sipping on this fine wine, man. I'm sipping on this fine wine. You know, shout out to my boy ASAP Rocky. ASAP, always striving and prospering, never being a traitor.
Hey, no, I gotta say we don't hate on Meek Mill.
Oh, there's okay. That was
AKA
the other
Meek
one. All right, there you go.
Mill.
There you go. That was the other one. But again, I gotta say, death to all traitors. Fuck Hussein. Yeah, get hung
Yeah,
twice,
that's all
motherfucker. Get the
traitors.
fuck
Fuck
out of
you
here with your
saying.
ass, motherfucker. We don't care about you. Nobody cares about your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking little
Hussein,
bitch ass
Saddam
bitch.
Hussein, whatever. You're a bitch. You're a bitch in everybody's book. You're a bitch in my book. You're a bitch in everybody's book. And that's just Saddam Hussein, man. You want to be Saddam Hussein's son? Be one. Who gives a fuck? And
Yeah,
ditches
snitches
and
get
crabs get
stitches, bitch.
scabs.
Uh, scabs get crabs.
Oh, what a pod, dude. What a pod we've fun tonight. And I'm glad it's funny because, we can say this shit and not drop names, and it's okay because nobody can say anything about it.
Nah, man. Billy the Kid.
Yeah,
Only throws
3-pointers all
one per
day,
game.
dude. Straight up.
You don't fuck up.
Even though it's all been canceled. Hey, shout out to the fucking Houston Roughnecks for going 5-0 on the first season. They canceled the XFL, but shout out to the Houston.
Nah, man. Listen. Hey, I want to give a special shout out to PJ Walker, aka the QB, because Deshaun Watson.
No, he's
the
not,
Houston
dude.
Texans
I can't
quarterback,
agree with
is a
that
little
statement.
bitch.
No, he just doesn't
Compared
have
to
the
him.
good block. He doesn't
Yeah,
have
he
he
is,
doesn't have the
man. PJ
blocking.
Walker,
That's the
we can
problem.
win. I don't give a fuck. PJ Walker's dealing with
They're
dickheads
okay. So
that are
they're
getting 50
running
grand a week.
WWE events with no audience, just empty stadiums with fucking wrestlers just wrestling in the ring. And now they're talking about canceling WrestleMania, which is the first time in history WrestleMania 36 might be canceled, which is going to be a huge deal. People don't think how much of a big deal it's going to be, but it's a week-long event because they have the Hall of Fame. They have this huge comic convention and shit. And I was looking at an article, one person saying if they cancel WrestleMania, I might have to go into what's it called? Not welfare, but unemployment. Straight up.
Well, I mean, I saw that stuff obviously the entire sports world's been canceled. The other day they had UFC on ESPN. It's the world's ending if UFC is on ESPN. So everybody can stick their head between their legs, kiss y'all asses goodbye because the world's about to end because UFC is on ESPN.
Well, kiss my ass, fly fast, and eat ass, motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, I think I'm trying to think of a line. The great Shawn Michaels said, "Kiss my
he's
ass
got
and
too
suck
many good
my
lines.
dick."
He's got too many.
No, I know.
How about that?
Maybe that was
you are
Bret
a zero,
Hardy.
my hero.
Yeah, but
forever,
saying you are a zero
till
forever.
Beyond the death of you. Your legacy of being a zero hero will go on.
Yeah. No, I'm actually Billy the Kid's overruling. You ain't got no legacy. You just
fuck Saddam Hussein, man, and the rest of his fucking family. Those motherfuckers, dude, trying to cheat people out of their shit, and a bunch of fucking scumbag ass, death to all traitors, like I said. But
yeah,
the Tiz is gonna tell you how it is. Billy the Kid's gonna tell you how it is. Well, we're running on an hour. Let's wind it down. Let's see if there's anything that's popped up while we've been talking on the markets real quick, and then we'll end it on our note. And of course, I'll be talking to you tomorrow, most likely. But Dow futures are still down just as much as they were. I'm just curious to where it's going to open up tomorrow, but it's not looking good. Yeah, it's going to be some bad shit, man. The only thing I really got to say is, with this week coming up, fam, Tiz Talk fam, everybody who's listening, do your best to stay away from public places. Use hand sanitizer, wash your fucking hands, stay away from people as much as possible. And this is podcast season, dude. Really. I mean, this is like the best time to run pods. I mean, like,
Yeah, and let me give a special warning to Tiz Talk podcast. If I hear anybody dropping that this is God's plan, I'm gonna smack you.
well, I'll
upside your
sweet chin
head.
music.
This ain't
I'll
God's plan,
I
bitch.
will sweet chin music them to Wuhan and let them catch in themselves and get quarantined. How about that?
Yeah. We'll give you some of that.
Yeah, y'all
dose of
better
that
stock up on that
Wuhan
Corona, man, because they're down
bitch.
40% globally. Stock up on the Corona because that is the antidote. It really is. It's the antidote, even though it tastes like shit.
Yeah. Well, it's either that or it's some fucking sweet Bombay Sapphire
Yeah.
Pinot Noir.
And so with that being said, hold on the line for a second. I gotta give a shout out to my newest sponsor, and we're gonna end this show. I gotta give a shout out real quick to my newest sponsor, FNX Fit. So FNX Fit is committed to creating innovative supplements of the highest quality that provides focus for a productive morning, energy to thrive all day, performance supplements to reach new goals, unique sleep and recovery formulas to support any sport, and healthy supplements to support an active lifestyle for years to come. All of their products use natural ingredients, and their products are made in the USA. I personally have been using their Rebalance Super Greens. I mean, I don't know if you guys have used greens products before, but usually they don't mix well with cold water and shit. But this shit, I mean, this product, like if you mix it with cold water, it mixes real well. I mean, literally, I'll mix that in a cold water glass, chug that, and then 10 minutes later, whether I'm just drowsy or just hungover, 10 minutes later, I'm feeling great. It's got the right amount of sweet, and it's got like the incredible snack or morning replacement for me to get my nutrients to get my day going. I highly recommend that product. They have I should check out. That being said, also 663 million people live without clean water. That's nearly 1 in 10, fam. Nearly 1 in 10 people in the world don't have clean water. FNX Fit wants to change that. Every time a purchase is made at fnxfit.com, a child receives 1 gallon of clean drinking water thanks to their partners, which would be me and all their other partners. I am considered an ambassador. To date, they have donated over 265,000 gallons of clean drinking water to people who don't have it. So go to fnxfit.com, check out their line of products. It goes from the clothing line to protein powders to grain products, whatever. If you want to get your 15% discount, you need to go to fnxrelief.grsm.io/tiztalk. Again, that is nxrelief.grsm.io/tistalk to get your 15% discount today. And it's on any product, and that stands whenever you purchase it. Go check it out. I highly recommend it. Shout out FNX Fit. Thank you for being a supporter of the Tiz Talk podcast. We love you guys. We're going to continue to run this thing. You know what I'm saying, Billy the Kid? You know what I mean?
That's
the
right.
Tiz Talk's blowing up
Billy
over
the
here.
Kid.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean it's all about the Tiz Talk. I got this little feline creature staring at me
Well,
right
just telling
now,
them
saying,
meow, meow,
I
meow,
want to
and
be
shut
on
the
the Tiz
fuck
Talk
up.
right now too.
Give my fucking little puddle of milk to go drink or some shit. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. But nah, man, I think we'll end it on this. And I always like to end it with we each give our, goodbyes, pieces, whatever. You can give yours and then I'll give mine. I don't care what you say. I have mine. You go ahead, give yours, and we'll end this show. And don't worry. I will make sure this is edited to proper standards. And I'm talking about the whole show.
I ain't gonna do anything bad. This is Billy the Kid. Wash your hands. Yeah, no, this is Billy the Kid. Wash your hands. kiss my ass if you don't like me, but wash your hands.
All right,
Stay
Billy the
safe.
Kid. Now the
Shit's
Tiz is
about
going
to
to
get
say his
really
last
weird.
words. I got a couple things like I always say. All right, one, don't do anything stupid like the Tiz done this past. All right, one, fuck Hussein, death to all traitors. Three, get your mind correct. And when you get your mind correct, keep your mind correct, fam. Keep your mind correct. I like to end it with this one. Don't ask why. Ask why not. And that's all we got to say, man. So we're peacing out. Tiz Talk is out tonight. We got another show coming special live tomorrow with a doctor that knows a lot about what's going on with this coronavirus. So y'all be on the lookout. But shout out to Billy the Kid for being on the show for me tonight. It was a pleasure. And I am looking forward to having many more shows. He'd be my ninja. This is a good one. It's a good one.